Dave Robin, right here. You got a question? No? Let's wait, get you on the mic here. This is being streamed.
We'll have you on record.
That's right. Go ahead.
Jeff, when you look back to a year ago to now, can you comment on Kevin Harvick's demeanor as a teammate, and as you see him in public, what a difference has made, how well RCR is running across the board, both you and Clint as well. But for Kevin, what's his demeanor been like?
Well, I thought Kevin had handled last year pretty well. I mean, obviously he had expressed his displeasure and expressed his, he may be wanting to leave if he couldn't, RCR couldn't turn it around, but like I told y'all then, Kevin was just committed to trying to be with a race team that could win races and championships, and Richard was committed to trying to build a race team that could win races and championships. And but I thought Kevin, the last 18 months, Kevin's been very mature. He's been very proactive and very productive in the way he's worked with the company. And I think that owning a team the way he's owned a team could be a big distraction. It would be for me, but I think it's been a really good thing for him. I think he enjoys doing it, and it's given him a perspective, an owner's perspective. Kevin's in a lot of ways the catalyst of what we do. I mean, he really pushes very hard when things aren't going well. Kevin's very to the point, very direct, right? Doesn't delay, just gets right after it and demands stuff to get better, and that's a good thing for us. So, Kevin is. I really don't think Kevin's much different this year. His overall outlook about what's going on is better because what's going on is better. Kevin wasn't saying anything that was wrong last year. He was just upset about what was going on. So, Kevin's been a really good teammate to work with, and I think his attitude's been spot on for quite a while.
Other questions for Jeff? One right over here, and then we'll end with Jim. Go ahead right here. Now we need a microphone for you there. Thank you.
Hey, Phil Amway from FrontStretch.com. Recently, Watkins Glen has actually removed the two remaining sand traps on the short course and installed safer barriers in the inner loop and turn 11. Just want to get your thoughts about that.
We did the tire test here, and I was really impressed with what they did with the racetrack as far as giving us some runoff area in the inner loop. The sand traps are great ideas in the event of a brake failure or something like that. But where the inner loop was, it's much more appropriate to have a runoff with safer barriers. The big, it was two big wrecks here last year coming off the long carousel. They changed that area of the racetrack to try to to make it so if something did happen there, it wouldn't be as severe. They put softer walls here in turn 11. They made a lot of improvements trying to make the racetrack safer to prevent what happened last year, as well as to look at areas of the racetrack that could improve the quality of race and be productive for safety. So I think what they've done is really good. I think the thing about the inner loop, and this always has a big factor at this racetrack, there's going to be less cautions here because every race we're having to pull somebody out of the sand trap there. That's going to play a big factor in this race because fuel mileage is so important. And but they've done a lot. I think they've done a really good job of trying to make the racetrack safer, and they've also done some things that will enhance the racing here, and that's a win-win for everybody.
Jim Utter, Charlotte Observer. Jeff, going back to what you were talking about earlier, after Dale Earnhardt's death, NASCAR got some criticism, but then in the years afterwards got a lot of praise for being very proactive on a lot of safety areas. Do you fear that this incident at Pocono kind of illustrates a possibility that maybe we've headed back towards being, in some fashion, reactive?
No, I think that NASCAR doesn't own the racetracks, and it's the racetracks are responsible for making the racetrack safe. NASCAR, the team, the drivers have a responsibility to bring things to the attention of the racetracks. NASCAR, I would imagine, has the ability to put them in a headlock, you know, and make them do some things. But at the same time, it's the overriding responsibility of the racetracks to fix the issues. And like I said, the racetracks, even Pocono, made a step forward, but they didn't make enough steps forward soon enough. But I don't. The attitude about safety is so far from where it was. I mean, it's. I have no fear that we're being reactive consistently. We're never gonna be in a position where we're never reactive, because sometimes we only learn by things going wrong. We the smartest people in the world can't be ahead of everything, and so reaction is always going to be a part of the safety response. But for the most part, this I just feel like NASCAR is way more proactive than they are reactive.
Jeff, thank you very much. Good luck this weekend.
Good boy, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Jeff.
Pretty work, Jeff. Thank you, buddy. Nice job.
Good, how are you? Oh, yeah. Stuff everywhere, huh?